Modiste. It sounded as if the blacksmith was trying the word out, feeling the shape of it on his tongue. Caroline's eyes widened in shock as she imagined his tongue and... She cut the thought off before it could fully materialize. That aspect of your life is dead and buried. I'm William Jackson. Caroline stepped back in surprise. The man was not just a blacksmith. He was the blacksmith, owner of the largest smithy in Chatternwell with numerous journeymen and apprentices in his employ. From what she had heard, he was an astute merchant who stocked an array of iron and steel tools, locks, and other mechanisms for purchase. Considering his accomplishments, he was rather humbly attired. Caroline supposed he might be in want of a wife to coax him into displaying his success. She had gathered from her staff's gossip that the smithy itself rivaled the best in Bath for its excellent work. Apparently, the man had set quite a few female hearts aflutter, but had shown no sign of interest. It was surprising to meet the man and discover firsthand his lack of social finesse. It must have been his appearance and business acumen that had the women of Chatternwell so enthralled, not his fine manners. I need a gift for my neighbour, Mrs. Healy. Something suitable for an old woman who does not go around much. Now that she was no longer being interrogated, Caroline suppressed a thrill of visceral pleasure at the gruff tones of his deep voice. Mr. Jackson was pure man, and it was heady to be a petite woman in his overpowering presence. Awareness of her femininity was undeniable in such a presence. Wait, she had already thought about his powerful presence. Presence thumped her heart relentlessly. Good Lord, he's intoxicating. Whoever eventually claimed the man's attentions would be fortunate indeed. Of course. How about a pretty shawl to keep her warm in the winter months? We've just received a fine selection. Caroline was proud of how even her voice sounded, even if it had taken a fraction too long to respond. Mr. Jackson raised his massive shoulders in a shrug. He was a man of few words. Caroline smiled encouragingly and steered him toward the shawls. 15 minutes later, his purchase made, it was almost a relief to watch him exit the shop. The man had a physical charm that was exhausting to ignore. She wanted to fling herself against him and rub her body in wild abandon against his powerful form, which went against all her principles. She must be a chaste woman after the painful lessons of her past. Nay, she would need to keep her distance from Mr. Jackson of the rough but attractive features and virile being. She had a reputation to uphold in her adopted home. This had been easier when she was in service. Not only was there no time for relationships, one was not permitted to marry, which had made her vow much simpler to keep. The blacksmith was pure temptation despite his gruff manner, and Caroline vowed to stay at her end of the street and leave Mr. Jackson to his.